Hello students, welcome in one another lecture of subject Public Health Engineering. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss the layout plan for sanitary fittings. This is the next point of unit number 4. In previous lecture, we had discussed the some points into this layout plan for sanitary fittings. Up to fifth point, we had discussed in sorry discuss in last lecture. Now in today's lecture we are going to discuss the sixth point. Now see, first we are going to revise this layout plan for sanitary fittings. Layout plan or drainage plan show the various sanitary fittings and their locations. For providing the locations and sanitary fitting into the plan, we are going to draw the layout plan for sanitary fittings. Into this, the following points should be considered while preparing a drainage plan. While we are going to prepare the drainage plan, which points should be considered into that? First is the plan should be drawn to the suitable scale. The plan of sanitary fitting is have to draw to the suitable scale. After that, the second point is the location of gully trap, inspection chamber, manhole, rainwater pipe should be marked on the drainage plan. Then third is layout should be simple and direct. Then fourth, the longitudinal section of purpose sewer should be drawn to the suitable scale. Where when we are going to draw the sanitary fitting plan, in this plan the longitudinal section of purposed sewer should be drawn to the suitable scale. After that, the ground level distance sizes, that is a inspection chamber, manhole gradient of the pipe should be shown into this plan. After that, the sixth point is the detailed plan of various floors should be shown at the location of traps and sanitary fittings. Into the plan, we have to show the location of traps as well as sanitary fittings. Then the seventh point is the house drain are tested for the water tightness. And eighth point is manholes and inspection chambers are provided at intersections and bends. While we are going to prepare the plan for sanitary fitting, into this plan the manholes and inspection chambers are provided at the intersection and bends. These are the some points which we are going to consider while preparing the plan for sanitary fittings. Up to this we had discussed into the last lecture. Now the next point is common pipe sizes used in practice. Now see, what is a common size of pipes which are used in the general or which are used in practice. In that, first is a soil pipe which are used for collecting the night soil waste, and the soil pipe has the size that is 100 diameter or 10 centimeter diameter. After that, the second is a vent pipe which are used for ventilation. The vent pipe has the size 50 or 5 centimeter. After that, third is a waste pipe, horizontal waste pipe which are used to collect the waste. It has the size 32 to 50 Then fourth is waste pipe which is a vertical waste pipe and has the size 75 These are the common pipe or the size of pipes which can be used in the practice. After that, the next point of unit number 4 is inspection chamber. Now see, what is an inspection chamber? The purpose of inspection chamber is provided for the inspection. Now see, we are going to discuss detailed inspection chamber. Inspection chamber are rectangular chamber which are provided in the sanitary system near a gully trap located at distance about 2 meter or 3 meter is called as the inspection chamber. This is a definition of inspection chamber. What is a rectangular chamber? It is a rectangular chamber which is provided into the sanitary system near to the gully trap and located at the distance of 2 meter or 3 meter from the gully trap, and it is called as a inspection chamber. The inspection chamber is further connected to the manhole through a stoneware pipe. The inspection chamber and manhole are connected by using the stoneware pipe. After that, next point is inspection chamber play a very important role if the sanitary system is blocked because of some cause. There is a blockage in sanitary system. At that time, inspection chamber play a very important role. Then this blockage can be easily inspected or identified with the help of inspection chamber. The inspection chamber is used to inspect or identify the blockage into this sanitary system. Then it provides a facility of inspection and maintenance of sewer. The inspection chamber provides the facility of inspection as well as the maintenance of sewer. See, this is the inspection chamber. See, first is a sectional elevation into this first two manhole connection and from gully trap. The waste from gully trap is come to this inspection chamber, and from inspection chamber it is a go to manhole. Then it has the brick walls, then concrete bed, and it also provide the surface of cement into inspection chamber, that is a cement cova. Then wastewater from the WC kitchen sink and bath is collect into this inspection chamber. Then precast concrete sewer is laid on this inspection chamber. See, it is a plan of inspection chamber. Precast concrete lid cover. It has the precast concrete cover on this inspection chamber. Hope you all get this inspection chamber. After that, the next point is a junction chamber. After inspection chamber, next is a junction chamber. Now see, what is a junction chamber? The chamber which is constructed to facilitate the junction of two or more sewer is called as a junction chamber. At the junction of two or more sewer, one chamber is provided and it is called as a junction chamber. The size of junction chamber is large enough for a man to enter. There is use of manhole for junction in sewer. The size of junction chamber is large and man is easily enter into this junction chamber. It is usually located where sewer intersect with horizontal angle between the axis to be less than 30 degree. This junction chamber is usually located where the sewers has the intersection with horizontal angle of 30 less than 30 degree. See, this is the inspection junction chamber. It has the two sewers, sewer 1 and sewer 2. It is a intersect to each other, and at this intersection the junction chamber is provided, and these two sewer is intersect with the angle less than 30 degree. Then after the junction chamber, next point is a maintenance of sanitary units. Hope you all get the concept of inspection chamber as well as junction chamber. Now see, the next point is maintenance of sanitary units. Now see, what is the maintenance of sanitary units? Maintenance of sewer and sanitary units is necessary so as to efficient working and should be cleaned regularly. For the efficient working and for the cleaning of these sanitary units or sewers, maintenance is necessary. Then the next is an important point should be followed by users and to be carefully noted. While going to maintain these sanitary units, which important points have to followed by users and which has to carefully noted are: first, avoid the entry of undesired material. The user should be avoid the entry of undesired material into these sanitary units. Then flushing of WC. Then regular inspection. After that, use good quality material of sanitary units. Then use of disinfectants for the hygienic purpose. The users should be have to use the disinfectants. Then workmanship. After that, next point is a system of sewerage. Hope you all get the maintenance of sanitary units and the important point which are have to followed while maintenance of sanitary units. Now, after that, the next point of unit number 4, that is a system of sewerage. Now, see what is a system of sewerage. There are mainly three type of sewerage system based on the purpose. For the sewerage system, there is a three types are used. First is a combined system, second is a separate system, and third is the partially separate system. These three are the system of sewerage. In some last previous lecture, we had discussed the system of plumbing and it is a system of sewerage. Don't get confusion into system of plumbing and system of sewerage. These are three are the system of sewerage. Into first combined system, second is a separate system, and third is a partially separate system. It is very easy to understand. Now see what is a combined system of sewerage. The system by which domestic sewage, storm water flow, industrial waste and surface is carried in the same sewer is called as a combined system. Combined system of sewerage means in this combined system all type of sewage is combined and flow into one system of sewerage. That is a domestic waste as well as storm water as well as industrial waste as well as the surface water is carried into one same sewer, and this system is called as a combined system of sewerage. Now see what is the suitability of this combined system of sewerage. See, suitability first is this system is suitable in area where rainfall is even throughout the year. At the area where rainfall is even, at that area this combined system is suitable. After that, second is it is suitable when both the storm water and sanitary sewage has to be pumped. In this combined system of sewage is suitable where storm water as well as sanitary sewage has to pumped. After that, third is it is suitable for the area to be sewered in heavy built up and availability of space is not sufficient for laying the pipes. At that time or at the area where the availability of space or the area is less for the laying pipes, then at that area the this combined system is suitable. It is suitable when quicker flow have to be provided. The flow of waste or sewage is quicker, then at that time or at that condition the combined system is suitable. This is a suitability of the combined system of sewerage. Then next point is what is the advantages of combined system of sewerage. Into that, the first advantages is this system keeps the sewage fresh, which further making it easier and more economical for its treatment. This combined system keeps the sewage fresh, and for the further process or treatment it is a economical. Then the second advantages is there is a automatic flushing provided by the water. Then third is there are large size of sewer used in system, hence cleaning becomes more easy. Into this combined system the size of sewer is large, hence cleaning of that sewer is become more easier. After that, it is a simple method of collection and house plumbing becomes economical. This combined systems method of sewerage is simple. Then the house plumbing is economical into this system. There is a diluted sewage in the system which itself a method of treatment. In this combined system, it has the diluted sewage into this system of sewerage, and it is one of the method of self treatment. Then after that advantages, there is some disadvantages or demerits of that combined system. See, what is the disadvantages of combined system? First, the size of sewer are bigger, hence it needs large excavation which make it uneconomical. The sewers which is used in the combined system has the large size and it can be required the more excavation and it is uneconomical. After that, second is in such system large quantity of sewage should be handled and hence the cost of plumbing as well as treatment is increases. Into this combined system, the cost of plumbing and treatment is increases. This is a second disadvantages. After that, third disadvantages is public health can be affected due to the overflow under worst condition. After that, the fourth disadvantages is it is not quite suitable under tropical Indian conditions as the heavy and concentrated rainfall during monsoon period which has the last for 3 to 4 months, so there is a variation in wastewater sewage running through sewer, that is at the heavy rainfall there is a variation in the flow of water through the sewer, and at that time this combined system of sewerage is not suitable. These are the disadvantages of that combined system of sewerage. Hope you all get this combined system of sewerage. After that, the next system of sewerage is separate system. Now see what is a separate system. In separate system, one set of carry domestic and industrial waste and another set of sewer carry the storm water and surface water. That is for domestic and industrial waste, each has the separate system of sewerage, and for the storm water and surface water, it has the separate system of sewerage. Hence, it is called as a separate system. Now see what is the advantages of separate system. First is the treatment work can be designed economically because quantity of sewage to be treated is small. The treatment work for that separate system is economically because it has a small quantity of sewage. Then sewer are economical due to smaller size. Then no risk of stream pollution because storm overflow are not provided. No need of pump the storm water because the storm water have the separate pipe, hence there is a no need of pump of storm water. These are the advantages of separate system. After that, the what is the disadvantages of separate system? Since there are two sets of sewer, maintenance cost is more. It has the two sets of sewers, hence the maintenance cost is more. Then it required double house plumbing work, hence it is a uneconomical. Then there is a great obstruction during repair for traffic because of laying two sewers in a street. There is a possibility of the obstruction during the repairs because of traffic, because it has the two sewers into the or into street. These are the disadvantages of separate system. After that, the next, that is a third system of sewerage is partially separate system. In such type of system, there is an initial washing or drainage area, which means that are the part of storm water are included in sewer. When the quantity of stormwater is more than its permissible limit, then excess stormwater is diverted to natural water course such as a nala, river or stream. That is, in partially separate system, it has the waste or sewage, and it also includes the stormwater for small quantity, and the excess of stormwater is next converted or diverted to the natural water sources such as a nala, river or stream. Partially means it has the waste as well as the some quantity of storm water. Hence, it is called as a partially separate system. Then, what is the advantages of partially separate system? First, the part of storm water is allowed to enter the sewage. Hence, it prevents the silting in sewers. First advantages is it has the some part of storm water is allowed to enter into this sewage, hence it prevents the silting in sewers. Then part of stormwater is allowed to enter into sewage, hence size of sewer is not too large. It has a some part or the less part of the stormwater entered allowed to enter into the sewage, hence it required the small size of sewers. Hence next advantages is no flushing of sewer are required because it allow the some part of storm water into this system. These are the advantages of partially separate system. After that, the disadvantages of this system is initial cost of system is more because it needs plumbing facility as disposal. Initial cost of this partially separate system is more because it needs the pumping system. Then second is during dry summer season velocity of flow is less, which affect the self-cleaning velocity, hence required regular cleaning of sewers, which increase the maintenance cost. In the dry summer, there is a no storm water or it has a less quantity of storm water into these sewers, and self-cleansing velocity of these sewers is get reduces, and it can be affect the self cleaning, and hence it required the regular cleaning of sewers, which can be increase the maintenance cost of this system. After that, the next disadvantages is more chances of overflow conditions because of increasing stormwater flow. When any time or at any condition there is a stormwater flow is large, then there is a more chance of increase overflow into this partially separate system. These are the disadvantages of this partially system of sewerage. Hope you all get these three systems of sewerage, which is very important for exam. Now we just revise these three systems of sewerage. See, there is a three systems of sewerage. Into that, first is a combined system which has the all type of waste into one system of sewerage. Then after that, second is a separate system. It has a two set of sewers. First is for carry the domestic and industrial waste, and second is for the storm water and surface water. Then after that, third is a partially separate system. It has the one system of sewer, and it can be allowed to enter the some part of storm water into this system. These are the three systems of sewerage. Hope you all get this. In next lecture, we are going to discuss the next point, that is the types of sewer. Thank you.